What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. My name is UnrealEntGaming, and welcome back to another episode of this week's Fan Mail of the Week, everybody. This is the second week of the 2015 Fan Mail of the Week, everybody. I really hope you guys enjoyed your week, enjoyed your New Year's, and of course, it's back to regular scheduled routines for school, work, and all that badockery and all that kind of meh. On the bright side, though, of course, for me, my birthday is 2 days away. Whoop, whoop. I mean, as awesome as it may sound, it is what it is. I'm getting a little older, so just another year for me to go on by with and just accept, of course. Just to point that out real quick. And before we begin, everybody, I just wanted to say I hope you guys take a minute to go on ahead and check out my second channel. The link will be in the description below and in the comment section below at UnrealEnt Network. On there, you're gonna find a whole bunch of stuff that you guys won't find on here. Relatively, a lot of you guys have been liking that channel because me and Edgar, me and Jason, a lot of my friends have been doing discussions on there for Dragon Ball Z, Star Wars, Jurassic Park, Evil Dead, WWE battles, Dragon Ball Z battles, and a whole bunch of awesome stuff. So if you guys are enjoying that, you might want to go on ahead and check that out. So anyways, everybody, let's begin our first question of the morning, actually, because it's fucking, what time is it right now? Let me see. It is 7:17 in the morning. I do not understand why I'm up so fucking early, but it is what it is. So let's begin with our first question, which is from Alex Kaiba. Alex, you are the man, bro. I hope this makes it to your fan mail, dude. Anyways, here are my questions. Please put this on fan mail. All right, question number 1. What do you think of Dragon Ball Z's Frieza's resurrection will be like? Do you think Frieza will pose any credible threat, or do you think there is more to him than we think? Question number 2. What do you think of Star Wars Episode 7 will be like? Who do you think the Sith is, and do you think Vader will be back? Question number 3. What are your thoughts on Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension? All right, well, these are movie questions. All right, my friend, to begin, and let's answer your first question. Dragon Ball Z Frieza's Resurrection, of course, coming out this April. Whoop, whoop. I cannot fucking wait for that. Yeah, Frieza will pose a credible threat. Why wouldn't he? That's like saying he comes back and he just gets killed instantly, which would make no sense. But it would be very funny if that happened. He comes back, "Don't you Saiyan monkeys," and then like he just gets fucking Kamehameha into like an oblivion. That would be very funny, but it wouldn't make any sense. So, for me, I do think Frieza will pose a very ominous threat. We don't know much right now. I mean, information is starting to come out, thank God. But in terms of like Frieza, he will engage the Z fighters. He will engage everybody. But my biggest question for Akira Toriyama is going to be, what prominent role will Beerus and Whis have throughout the entire film? Although we do know as much as we know right now, I would still like to know, like, where does everything go after the film? Because, of course, Akira Toriyama did mention that the movie will be a lot longer, and there will be a lot more action, which is cool, which is great. You know, who doesn't like to see more action and more drama and suspense and all that kind of stuff? I just feel like there's something more to Frieza than we think. He'll be brought back for a very legitimate and specific reason. So, I don't know. It's just like the movie's going to be great. I mean, it comes out this year, just like Xenoverse comes out next month. Whoop, whoop. I cannot wait for that either. Holy piss. But yeah, I mean, like, Frieza's resurrection, I mean, it's going to be an apocalyptic movie. I mean, shit is going to go down in that film. I promise you that, man. When the movie comes out, I'm going to try my best to ask my friend Timothy if I could watch it. Of course, and this is what bothers me the most, man. There are a couple of fucking idiotic people on here who was always like, "Man, you said you watched the movie and you lied." When the movie came out, like, what was it, in 2013? I watched Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods a few days after because, hello, you are able to get shit bootlegged. I just want to make that perfectly clear. You're able to do that. People go to movie theaters nowadays, you know, with their cameras, and they record shit and put it online. My friend Timothy, he happened to get a version of Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods. I asked him if I can come over. I didn't understand shit, but I still saw the damn film. So, la-di-da. If that happens for this year's movie, then I will be very grateful of that. If not, then I will be very disappointed. But yeah, needless to say, Frieza's Resurrection is a film that I'm just itching to see because I want to see Goku's initial reaction. I want to see if he's gonna be like, "Oh shit!" I also want to see Frieza's reaction because Frieza's really gonna be like, "Oh, what the fuck." damn, you guys all got really strong, but I'm still gonna try to fuck you up anyway. So to answer your second question, Star Wars Episode 7 is going to be great. A lot of people were often shitting on Star Wars, and especially with the whole Sith situation. A lot of people were talking about in the teaser, oh, well, what the hell kind of Excalibur's fucking lightsaber does this dude even have? First of all, from what I've been reading, there are going to be new lightsabers in the film. The lightsaber that the Sith was holding was supposed to be a fire saber. Now, I don't know what the hell a fire saber is, but it sounds pretty badass. The lightsaber is said to be a lot longer in terms of its, like, you know, energy. Like, the length of the sword is like, what, 6-7 feet? It's fucking huge. It's a giant lightsaber, and it has like an Excalibur look, which is pretty cool. You know, you're gonna have the Millennium Falcon, all that shit, fucking the Imperial fighters, a whole bunch of awesome shit going down in this film. The Stormtroopers are back, they have new guns, so the film is gonna be really sick. It's gonna be really awesome. I really want to see who the Sith is. I'm predicting that it might have some reference to Darth Revan. If anybody's a Star Wars fan here, I mean, fuck, let me know. Yeah, so Darth Revan from the Old Republic, I mean, maybe they have some sort of correlation with him. As for Darth Vader, that would be such a mindfuck if he came back somehow, some fucking way. Like, if, like, somebody was able to, like, fucking create his DNA, I don't fucking know. Like, Vader comes back, except it's not really Vader in the suit, it's Vader without the suit, and he's able to, like, fucking move like he was when he was Anakin. That would be fucking insane. Like, because you all remember Anakin, right? When he was, like, in Episode 3, just battling out with Obi-Wan. Anakin was like ripping ass, man. This dude was like fucking, his sabery skills were nasty. Like, this dude can fucking destroy people blindfolded. So I don't know, just there's a lot of speculation going into that. But fire saber, new Siths, new fucking Jedi, cannot wait. It's gonna be awesome. Star Wars Episode 7, December 2015. It's gonna be amazing. Probably movie of the year. I don't know. Then again, I'm not sure about that, because there are a lot of good films coming out this year. And going to your last question, Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension. Okay, I do not understand, nor do I know what the fuck is going to happen in the Ghost Dimension, but what I've been reading is the fact that the Ghost Dimension is going to have a reference and correlation to the Marked Ones. So that right there just indicates that whatever happened in fucking Marked Ones is going to carry on to this. Although I really doubt this is going to be the last film, they do have a endgame scenario apparently behind Paranormal Activity just in case it doesn't work out. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm enjoying Paranormal Activity, I guess you could say, just a little more than I am with Saw or whatnot. You know, I remember watching Saw in the movie theater and I was like, this is just getting so fucking boring now. For Paranormal Activity, the Marked Ones kept me intrigued. It wasn't the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life, but I was like, okay, this is something else. All right. But yeah, I mean, for Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension, it does come out, I believe, in March or April. So either way, we're gonna get a brand new Paranormal Activity movie coming out. Just it's not gonna be in January. It's gonna be in March or April. So that's gonna be very interesting. A lot of movies coming out during those dates as well. So the Ghost Dimension, I really hope that they have a story correlation with Katie, with the actual nanny from the second film, with Alex, who's the girl from the second film, and stuff like that, like Hunter, whatever happened to him. I don't know, just there's so much to talk about, there's so much to discuss, but like we don't even know what the hell's happening in some of these films because like they just keep going off in different fucking directions. So they ought to start like piecing shit together and like finally starting to develop like an endgame scenario, because I really want to know how this would end off, you know? And then maybe later on down the road they can do a fucking reboot and do things the right way. But the Ghost Dimension is going to be really good. I mean, for me, my thoughts on it is I'm just waiting to see how it's going to be. That's pretty much it. But anyways, my friend, thank you for the questions. I hope you have a wonderful morning and a wonderful weekend, my friend. And now moving on to the next question, which is from John Snow. Alex, I have very personal questions for you. Oh boy, this doesn't sound good. Please answer them. I would like to hear your opinion. Okay. Question number 1. What are your thoughts on the poor and middle class people who complain about the rich? Are they jealous? I believe so. Question 2. Do you believe humans today are jealous of one another's success? Well, to answer your first question, alright, this is what I'm going to break down real quick. Okay. To answer that, are poor and middle class people jealous of the rich? Yes, they are. I mean, come on, guys. Let's face facts here. There was a recent little video where Lil Wayne bought his daughter 2 brand new expensive ass cars for her 16th birthday. Granted, Lil Wayne is very rich, and he bought his daughter, who just turned 16, for her birthday, 2 cars, 2 very expensive cars. I think they were like Rolls Royces or like whatever. And there were a lot of people commenting saying, well, what the fuck, this is bullshit, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, all right, what does Lil Wayne owe anybody else? If you people were rich and you had a daughter who was turning 16, you would fucking get her a brand new car. Let's be realistic here. What parent or parents would not get their children the most expensive and nicest of things if they were rich? Only a fool would do that. Why would you want to give your fucking daughter, for her birthday, a fucking teddy bear and a lollipop when you have hundreds of millions of dollars in your bank account? You know what I'm saying? Granted, 2 cars is a little too much. I mean, I think 1 brand new expensive ass car is good enough. But then again, when you're that rich, who are you to say? Poor people, middle class people, we all complain. Let's just be realistic here. You see somebody fucking doing something outrageously fucking expensive, or buying something expensive, or doing something out of the norm with their money, we often tend to have an opinion about that. It's like, oh, that is so fucking stupid. Oh my god, like they just spent like $20 million on a jet. Guys, if any one of us was as rich as some of these billionaires that walk the earth, wouldn't you guys do the same? And don't try to bullshit me by saying, no, I wouldn't. Yeah, you would. If we all, for example, took care of our bills and our family and our problems first, if we had that kind of money, and then had the expenses to do something of our own, we would do it. For me, if I had billions of dollars, yeah, I would fucking pay all my bills off, and I would move out of this fucking godforsaken neighborhood in Brooklyn, and, you know, move out of this apartment and get myself a nice little house. Yeah, sure, that would be very lovely. I would like to live very comfortably. I wouldn't want a fucking mansion of like 30 rooms, because that right there wouldn't make any sense unless I'm playing hide and seek with ghosts. But yeah, I mean, I first off, for me, I would give back to my friends, I would give back to my family, I would give back to people that I see around me that are fucking poor and struggling. And then if I have money left over, of course I'm going to spend it on myself. But poor and middle class people, they ought to like converge and focus more on themselves. Like me, myself, I am just above poor, I guess you could say. Like I'm at the bottom of the middle class, like, you know, slate. I'm barely making it here. You guys have no idea. Just because I entertain you on here and stuff like that doesn't mean I'm struggling. I'm struggling. But you know what? I never ever complain. I never complain, because you know what I do? I actually take my time to study my mistakes, to study what I'm doing wrong. I feel like if you guys have a lot of knowledge in something, you can use that knowledge to make money, to make, you know, a very successful life and stuff like that. You know, it's really not hard, but I really don't get if, like, you know, somebody is poor or middle class and they complain about the rich, you know. I mean, like, why is it in our, you know, agenda to, you know, like just belittle other people for, like, because not all people fucking become rich off of the lotto. You have to think, a lot of rich people bust their asses to get that kind of money. And you know what the difference is between some rich people and us? Is strive. Some people want it as bad as some people want it more than you, and they strive out, they lose sleep, they lose fucking social life to get it, you know? I have nothing against anybody. If you right now, Mr. Jon Snow, were to become a billionaire tomorrow, would I complain? Absolutely not, because there was some way of you making that money, and you know what? Good for you. Have a good life. But I would never complain about somebody and tell them, oh, they shouldn't do that just because I don't have that kind of money. I would tell them, just good for you. Do what you got to do. I'll do what I got to do to someday make it to that level. Then again, money's not the, you know, I guess you could say gem to life. There are other things that can make you happy, but money does run the world, sadly enough, and that's just the way it is, man. I mean, this is turning into like a fucking motivational speech. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I mean, if you guys have a different opinion, let me know. I mean, everybody has something to say. Say it, you know. It's not bad. If you agree with me or disagree with me, just tell me, you know. And to answer your second question, yes, people today are jealous of one another, and that boggles my mind. That boggles my mind. You know, oh, you're successful on YouTube, I fucking hate you. Oh, you're a successful doctor, I hate you. You're a successful basketball player. I hate you. You're a successful game designer. I hate you. You're a successful fucking NASCAR racer. I hate you. You're a successful wrestler. I hate you. You're a successful chef. I hate you. It's like, what the hell? You can't fucking please anybody these days. Everybody wants to see you succeed until you become the competition. Let's be realistic here, man. People are jealous. Am I jealous? There are parts of me that are jealous of certain things. For example, I am jealous of like chefs that I can't cook because fucking I can't cook for the life of me. And I would love to learn how to cook. I just don't have time, nor do I have the necessary resources to learn how to fucking cook. I don't have food like that to be spending around to learn how to master something. So yeah, I tend to get jealous of other people that know how to cook because I myself would like to know how to fucking cook. Like it'll be really awesome if I made myself a fucking dinner one day, but I can't because I don't have those qualities. So good for you if you know how to cook, or if you're a chef, good for you. If you're a fucking basketball player, other people that are playing basketball these days get jealous because, oh man, I wish I can play as good as him. All we have to do these days is just be happy for one another. And if you see one of your friends or one of your family members or somebody succeed, learn what they learned and succeed with them. It's not hard. We all have those capabilities. We just choose to follow the other tens of life. We choose to just go out and do a different thing. Recently, I'll be honest with you guys, everybody who's watching this, I was actually reading more into investments. Investing money into something is always the best thing because you actually make more money out of that. And I'm in a position right now in life where I'm not financially stable, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to live my life, I'm going to learn to see if I can invest, and if that works out for me, that's fine. And I would encourage my fellow brothers and sisters out there watching this, if you want to do the same thing, go for it. But I don't understand why people get jealous of one another. Like, for example, I'm a YouTuber. PewDiePie's a YouTuber. Do I get jealous? No. I like PewDiePie. PewDiePie's funny. Do you know why he has so many fucking views and like subscribers and all that kind of stuff? Because he busted his ass for that. That's the bottom line, Same thing with White Boy 7 Tree. Same thing with, fucking Smosh and all these people. They bust their ass, man. Come on. So, who am I to be fucking jealous of anybody, I don't know, just human beings today are just so envious and so greedy. I'm not trying to say I'm perfect, but I try to live a perfect life by not being envious or fucking lustful towards anybody else. Oh man, he has fucking red Jordans, I hate him because mine are black. It just makes no sense. I don't know, just thinking about this right now, it boggles my mind because I was watching a CNN video not too long ago about the super rich, and I was watching like these Wall Street people talk about their lives, and it's pretty fucking cool to see how they live. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I think nobody should be jealous of anybody, and we should all work harder. We should all work harder because when you begin to work hard enough, your hard work's gonna pay off, man. I know that for a fact. So I can see where you're coming from with these personal questions, and that's just all I have to say about that, Mr. John. But anyways, my friend, thank you for the questions. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I hope you have a wonderful day, bro. And now moving on to the next question, which is from Johnny's sister. Hey, Alex, long-time viewer, bro. Your content is epic, dude. Thank you, man. Just wanted to say Happy New Year, and let's get started. All right, here we go. Question number 1. How do you think Paranormal Activity, the Ghost Dimension, will be like? Do you believe this series is going to include anything different, or will they continue to adapt to the same Paranormal Activity formula? Question 2. What are your thoughts on It, the remake? With Pennywise the Clown, do you think the movie will be half-assed version of its original self? Okay, well, to answer your first question, Paranormal Activity, the Ghost Dimension, well, the movie does come out in about 2 months, and I'm really hoping to God that they don't drop the ball on this one. Paranormal Activity, the Ghost Dimension will not be the last Paranormal Activity movie. They made that clear on Screen Rant. They made that clear on BloodyDisgusting.com. The company, the people behind this, actually do have a giant endgame plan for when they're about to end their series, but this is not going to be the last film. Now, a lot of people are going to be pissed off that this isn't going to be the last film because a lot of people hate Paranormal Activity. I myself have just digressed as a fan because I went from loving the franchise to now questioning the franchise. It's just so weird. So for me, Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension, I do think it's going to be relatively good. I don't know if it's going to be the best one in the series. The Ghost Dimensions, like what the hell do you mean by that? Like are they going to discover more doors that lead into other dimensions and whatnot? Although granted, that was pretty cool at the end of the marked ones when you know, the main character actually stepped through the door and he winded up, you know, in the kitchen of the ending of the first movie, and we finally get to see what happened in the ending of the first movie, and that was Katie bumping into, you know, Hetker, and fucking, you know, next thing you know, Mika came running down, and you know, she ended up stabbing him. So she used that as a distraction to kill Mika, and then as the main character ran off, you know, he bumped into his friend, and his friend pretty much killed him off right then and there, right before he got through the garage area. And to me, that right there made no sense, because we never heard any other noise at the ending of the first film. We never heard any other extra growl or roar, which happened at the end of the Mark ones. But honestly, and they did showcase Alex from the Paranormal Activity 4 film. So this is going to linger and lead into something big. I have a feeling that this is going to lead into like some giant demonic warfare. Like, you're going to have Katie, Alex, you're going to have, you know, all these other characters that were possessed taking on, you know, possibly the characters that the survivors of the other films, such as the nanny and all that kind of stuff. So it's just very, very interesting to see how the adaptation will, you know, occur. A lot of people often complained about Saw, because Saw was often the same thing over and over and over again. So for Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension, am I going to see it? Absolutely. Is it going to be the best one in the series? Probably not. They're probably going to go off and use, you know, cheap scares and stuff like that. And the movie is supposedly trying to be in 3D. So if the movie's in 3D, yeah, they're going to definitely fucking use some cheap ass fucking ways to make you jump out of your seat, to make you scared and all that kind of stuff, which to me isn't going to make much sense, because why do that in the first place? But it is what it is, right? So for the Ghost Dimension, I do feel as if it's going to be a I guess you could say a genuine movie, an enjoyable movie. Is it going to be the best one? Probably not, but that we're gonna have to wait and see until it comes out. So and to answer your final question, Pennywise the fucking clown, do you want a balloon? That clown is, I mean, they ought to have Tim Curry. They have to have Tim Curry play as the clown. Anybody in this you know, chat room, or I guess you could say anybody who's watching this video who've seen you know, the clown, the movie, you guys know that Tim Curry made that character special. If they don't have Tim Curry, you know, be brought back to play as Pennywise, I don't know how they're gonna solidify the movie. You know, Pennywise the clown was such a great character. He instilled fear in a lot of children's hearts, you know, including myself when I was younger. I mean, fucking petrified of clowns. And especially like the things that it said. I mean, if you go back and you watch the movie for anybody out here who's a little young, but like, I mean, by now it's a wacky tacky movie. It's not really as scary as it was back in the day. But Pennywise the clown was just like, you know, they all float down here, Jimmy, and when you're down here with me, you float too. All this shit, and like he would offer all these kids balloons and stuff, and he was like this evil, like, you know, carnivorous clown, like this cannibalistic serial killing clown. And it worked because it was awesome, you know, like it had meaning to it. But now I'm kind of skeptical, because yes, the movie is supposed to be filming this summer, and I really hope that they don't go down the same route as having that fucking giant spider be showcased at the very end, because I mean, that threw me off a lot. I mean, I was really disappointed. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is some like hardcore bullshit. Like, the whole time they focused on this clown and how this clown is supposed to be this, you know, figure of fear, and how this clown was supposed to be, you know, just the epitome of evil. And then they focused more on this giant like alien-like spider, which to me made no sense, because I was like, what the hell, you know, like, that is total BS. You know, I want to see more. I want to see the clown. I want to see the kids try to fight the clown, not the giant spider. So if they have the spider in this film, it'll fucking suck giant, massive donkey nuts. If they don't go down that route, and if they go on ahead and do something else, I'll be happy. But I mean, I'm really concerned about that film in particular, because next year we're going to have a lot of fucking great movies come out. So why not, you know, have that adaptation where the clown is going to be a competitor to the other films like, you know, Star Wars, Jurassic Park, Avengers, Fast and Furious, Paranormal, Insidious, all that kind of stuff. You know, like I really hope that it becomes a competitor, because if this movie becomes another half-assed Nightmare on Elm Street, we are fucking doomed. And anybody who saw those films know. So, but anyways, my friend, thank you for the questions. Happy New Year, and I hope you have a wonderful day, my friend. Now, moving on again to the next question, which is from the Blue Armageddon. Alex, how come I can't be on the show? Well, you're on it now, right? Ta-da. Love your videos, by the way. Well, going back to that little mini question of yours, once again, I want to take the time out to apologize to everybody if you're not featured on Fan Mail. Fan Mail has been going on right now for well over 100 weeks. That's literally almost about like what, 2 years, 3 years. I don't know. I lost count. I get a lot of fan mail, guys, and it's incredibly hard to do everybody's at the same time. I've devoted myself to fan mail for over 100 weeks, so like there's not been 1 week that I've missed it. So if you're not featured on here, eventually you will be. Quick hints, guys, I do catch on, and I do recognize video fan mails more than I do anything else, because they're a lot more easier to showcase. So please, guys, if you have a video made fan mail that you want to show, please send it to me and I'll definitely feature you. It'll be a lot easier, because when you see videos of people asking fan mail, it's much easier to you know, showcase than anything else. So question number 1, do you want a Wii U, and what games do you have on it? Well, I guess what you're trying to ask me is, do I have one? Question 2, do I like Halo? Question 3, if I could be a Saiyan, Frieza's race, a Majin, a human, or an Namekian, what would I be and why? Question 4, do I like Toonami? Question 5, if a zombie apocalypse happens, how would I tell people? Well, thank you for the question, Mr. Blue Armageddon. To answer your first question, no, I do not have a Wii U. I do not have any, I guess you could say, current Nintendo product in my house. The last thing I ever had was a Nintendo DS, which was the original one, the big fat one. Aside from that, I never had a Wii. I never had a Wii U. I never had anything, you know, that had Nintendo's name on it anymore, is because I loved the GameCube. The GameCube was one of Nintendo's best products. It had the most epic games on there, and it had a lot of cool stuff on there. And then the Wii came out, and they tried to be, you know, revolutionary, and they tried to be different, and it really wasn't working out. And the Wii U, this giant handheld thing, I'm not really digging that too much. I am a PC guy. I am a PlayStation guy. I am an Xbox guy. I am no longer a Nintendo guy, unless, of course, they come out with a next-gen Nintendo console, and that console ends up being like, you know, a legitimate console like the PlayStation and Xbox, and they start having like next-gen Super Smash Brothers, next-gen Animal Crossing, next-gen Resident Evil, next-gen Chronicles, next-gen, all that kind of stuff. Then I will be very interested in doing that, but I don't have the Wii U. But if I did have it, the first couple of games I would pick up would be Monster Hunter and Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles. I would definitely get those games, because those games were fucking fantastic, so why wouldn't I? I don't have any Nintendo placements anymore, but who knows? I mean, maybe Nintendo's actually working on a new console right now that we don't know about, so who knows? I mean, only Nintendo would know, but it's ultimately disappointing, because the only exception I would say is if like they had Pokemon Stadium 3, then I would definitely get like a Nintendo console. But as of right now, I'm not interested, to be honest. To answer your second question, yes, I fucking love Halo. Halo is amazing. Halo is fantastic, and Halo to me is a game that, if Microsoft didn't have its crummy monetization rules, my channel would be flooded with Halo. I love Halo so much, but I can't do it because Microsoft wants to be a bunch of ninnies, and they want to complain about, you know, content creators doing, you know, Halo stuff or Gears of War stuff. Those games would have been showcased heavily on my channel, just to let you know. But yeah, I mean, do I like Halo? I love Halo. It's one of the best franchises that I've ever come across of. The story, the gameplay is fucking fantastic. Everything about Halo is just beautiful to me. So yes, I love Halo, and I will be getting Halo 5. If anybody wants to brawl down on Halo 5, let me know. To answer your third question, I would definitely be a Saiyan. I think 90% of you guys watching this would be Saiyans as well. I would be a Saiyan because I would love to battle and I would love to transform into a further ascension. Hence Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan possibly 5 and stuff like that, whatever. I would love to be a Saiyan because, you know, you're able to do a lot and you're able to increase in power over a period of time. So for me personally, I would definitely choose Saiyan over anything else because for me, if I was a Saiyan, I would definitely do the things that I would love to do. Of course, now that I think about it, I would actually like to be a Majin as well because I would love to have the ability to reform and absorb and all that kind of stuff. So I guess you could say the first thing I would like to do is become a Saiyan, and then after that I would become a Majin and absorb everybody. That'd be the first thing I would fucking do. Except for Yamcha, because I probably decrease in power. Fuck Yamcha. To answer your fourth question, do I like Toonami? Yes. That's how I started watching Dragon Ball Z. Toonami is the most epic, one of the most epic things you can watch. Honestly, it's where I got my start for watching animes. So, do I like Toonami? Yes, I do. Fucking love Toonami. I don't know what's going on lately of Toonami, but I guess you could say I am a fan of it because I watch certain animes here and there. Like I said, guys, here and there. I don't have time to watch too many things. That's why I'm so disappointed. But yes, I do like Toonami. And to answer your last question, if a zombie apocalypse happened, how would I tell people? I swear to God, I would be the first person to make a video warning everybody about that shit. I'd be like, guys, do not go outside. Do not do this. Do not do that. There's a zombie apocalypse. If you're dumb enough to step outside and fucking be engulfed in this zombie armada, then so be it. But do not step outside because if you do, you will die. I guess a lot of us would love to see a zombie apocalypse go down because of all the quote-unquote freedom we would have. But if you guys think about it, we're actually zombies in real life. We have our heads down all the time, listening to music and glued to our phones. When we're on the outside world, we tend to follow what's going on. We tend to follow the trends. We're not really entrepreneurs. We're not really people of, you know, godly, you know, aura. We don't follow the right things that we ought to be doing. And pretty much people are like sheep, you know, aka zombies. If something is a product placement that came out, or if something happened that involves certain things, we tend to follow it. We tend to react to it. We are the modern day zombies because we're glued to our phones. We're glued to our TVs. And in order to break that, you have to break your comfort zone, you know. But that's for a totally different video because a lot of people would tend to connect to that. I mean, society now is completely different. Let's just face facts. So, but anyways, Mr. Blue Armageddon, thank you for the questions, my friend, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And once again, everybody, thank you all for watching this episode of Fan Mail of the Week. I am your host, UnrealEntGaming. Thank you all for watching once again, everybody. Please submit your questions for next week's episode. And please also, I would prefer it if you guys were to do it in video format. Once again, everybody, thank you all for watching. If you guys are fans, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for all latest news, information, and updates. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit it up with a like and a favorite. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit this video up with a like and a favorite. Don't forget to check out my second channel at UnrealEnt Network and our third main big channel, our group channel, which is UnrealEnt Universe. On there, you're going to find a whole bunch of group projects on there that you won't find on here technically. So once again, everybody, God bless you all. Thank you all for watching. And I will be seeing each and every single one of you guys in the next episode. Take it easy, everybody. Peace.